This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by Kalle Sauerland, a very smartly dressed Kalle Sauerland here in Manchester. Kalle, you are actually always smartly dressed, but I'm trying to impress you a little bit.
Promoters, becoming very trendy, and I like to bring back a bit of Savile Row into the house.
Well, you look very well and you look very good, Kalle. And here we are, Smith-Eubank.
The amount of press conferences I'm doing at the moment, I can't afford that amount of suits.
You wearing the same one to the Lyndon fight then?
No, I actually had to bring up 4 suits to Manchester this week. I've got a big bag up here, suit for everyone, so you can't catch me out. No, different suit every event. In fact, I was wearing a different thing this morning. I did the weigh-in this morning of Lyndon Arthur tomorrow night, and that was different as well, but all good fun. I'm happy to change. I'll do 20 outfits if it means I can do 20 events a week. I love it. I really, really love it. I'm really enjoying the week.
Kalle, it's all good fun, and we've just had a press conference there, the second time around, repeat or revenge. Interesting kind of takeaway, some back and forths there. What did you make of what each team said?
I mean, when you got Chris Eubank Jr. in a pay-per-view fight week live on Sky Sports box office, and you got Liam Smith, chalk and cheese, you don't know what's going to come, what angles are going to be talked about. What's the beef point? Sorry, excuse the pun. Where's the angle going to come? I mean, they were going at it even after the face-off. We finished the face-off, and then they decided to start again. And the interesting thing is, Liam, who's right character. Outside of this fight, obviously, I really get on with him. I like him. He's a really fun guy, but I can tell he's so spiteful about it. Despite him having won, he won the first fight. He knocked him out in the 4th round. So, that he's sort of going at him at the face-off, I thought was very interesting. But they're both, although they hate each other, I think somewhere they probably quite like each other. But because they're starting now, feels the whole year has been Eubank, Smith, Eubank. And it feels like we've dedicated the whole year to this. And it's almost like when you watch the very first press conference and you watch it now, it's like they look at each other like, what are you going to throw at me next? It's for them, and listen, it's just enjoyable to be sitting there and being a part of it. I'm very, very, very privileged.
What changes are you hopeful that Junior can make going into the rematch, Kalle?
Well, a lot. And I think it'll come. He's gone off. He's gone off and stripped out a lot of the. He had a massive team up here, a massive entourage in the hotel last time. He's banned them from the hotel. He's made a really small group in the hotel. I think that's first of all beneficial in fight week. But going back to the camp, he did his last camp in Brighton. We mustn't forget there was a lot of things, and this isn't an excuse. This was on, national news. Some of the issues in his private life he's been going through the last year and a half. We mustn't forget that boxing's hard. That's not even being talked about in the build up to this. Well, no, that just sort of happened, But boxing doesn't forgive like that. It's the most unforgiving sport ever. And it's man on man, or woman on woman. It's there's no hiding. You can't have a bad day at the office in boxing. And to be fair, he weren't having a bad day, was he? Bossed the 3rd round, walked into a shot in the 4th, and didn't use the skill set of having, because he'd never been down in his life before. Now, what's he going to change? I think, and I don't know. Honestly, he's so quiet, and I never ask boxers really like what's the strategy. I'm a promoter, not a trainer, not a manager. I'm a promoter, so I'm just hoping for a great fight, and I think we'll get one. But I do think he's going to put it on him. If that was me, like training him, mate, that's what Eubank does, and he's done over his whole career. Is up close. Lots of punches. Neither are knockout artists, but they're both crisp, sharp punchers who've got show real knockout. But it's about how but bringing those high volume punches that Eubank brings and effectively brings.
I'm sure when you said into this fight week, Kalle, you was hopeful that there would be no kind of Ben talk, so you could just focus on this. So it was brought up on the stage, yeah. It was brought up onto the stage, and you said that you had no negotiations and you weren't in talks to try and make that fight. So that's something which a lot of people are disagreeing with, and there's been interviews about it.
It's like you having a house, right? And me negotiating with a house you don't want to sell because you can't sell it, right? How can I talk about a fight with a fighter who's not got a license? Yes, we can sit there and fantasize about it. We can say, oh my gosh, how much money does that make and how brilliant is that? And is that the biggest? But you can't do it, can you?
Eddie's done interviews though, and he has mentioned that you guys seem to be close at some stages of making that fight.
Yeah.
So you would have been in talks with that knowledge.
What, because Eddie gave an interview? Are you actually...
Well, I mean, no, I'm saying that if he's saying that...
Because are you telling me that I'm in talks because Eddie gave an interview?
No, but he's saying he's in talks with you. So that means that he's not telling the truth as well then?
Ask him. But I'd like to see the interview where he said, I'm in talks with Kalle. No. That fight has never gone away, right? And we all know it hasn't gone away. In fact, when we cancelled it, we didn't actually cancel it. We put some rescheduling in because we don't know, right? But how can I negotiate? How do you think I can negotiate a fight that can't be done? You understand? It's like a fight's not difficult to put together like that. It's about a split. Everyone would understand the split. Oh, it's just a punch machine. I thought it was the roof coming down. It's, let's talk about it after the fight.
Kalle, just before I wrap this up, Lyndon Arthur attempts to pick up that IBO title tomorrow night. Just walk me through his fight, what he has to do to have his hand raised.
Yeah, he needs to start early, right? Lyndon can do everything. For me, he's got everything in every single department that a boxer requires. But you only see glimpses of it. And it's like, bring it on. Early. Don't let the other guy get going. 18 fights, 17 knockouts. Okay, with an Argentinian, you never know what sort of quality of opponent is. Fair enough. But at the same time, he's knocked out 17 of his 18 opponents. Yeah? So the guy can bang. Don't let him get started. And Lyndon is phenomenal boxer. But he's got to get started early. So spoke with Pat Barrett, and we're hopeful that we get a fast start. I'll take even a second round. Have a look at him in the first, but one of them. Let's hope for it. I hope for something heroic live on free-to-air television. So it's one of those you hope for something special because it's great for the sport.
Kalle, I appreciate your time. I know you're a busy man. You've got the rounds to do, so thank you.
That's right, mate. Thanks.